You know, when you said you were counting us in, Lana, I truly didn't know whether you were going to end up having me host or if you were going to host. And I was like, I'm prepared for all options.
And I put me in first. And then I was like, oh, no. I did. I started out with me as hosting position. I was like, oh, no.
Oh, no, not today.
Oh, no, not today. No.
I mean, when it's just the two of us, is anyone really the host?
Absolutely, we're both the hosts.
We both, yeah. So, anyway, hello, and hi there. Welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay, and I am just drinking some water because I am hungover a little. And I am dehydrated, and Lord knows I need some good water today, especially because it's been so hot in Fiji.
It has been hot in Fiji. And what's up, y'all? I am Lana. I am your resident evil diva. I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. I'm not drinking any tea. I'm not drinking anything because to break the fourth wall, I just finished a recording and I drank all of my water, so I'm not drinking anything right now.
Well,
but if I was drinking anything, I'd be drinking out of my cup mug, which is right now my remote holder, so I can say, "Panel full of cup mugs, panel full of cup mugs, beer, 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 beer." There we go. And you can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the description below, and we do ship domestically to the United States and Mexico and Canada. That's it for now, I think. I'm sure. But so any of you all, there are no excuses for you. But internationally, I'm sorry, there are some excuses.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. Get your cup merch though. Thanks.
Yes. We are talking about Survivor 46 today. Episode 4, and you know, it's turning into one of those seasons. And I don't want to say anything major or definitive 4 episodes in, but you know, now that the person who has been eliminated has been eliminated, I feel like the season is actually going to start.
Okay.
And so I'm excited for the season to start.
Yeah, I get that. I get it, and I agree with you. Hopefully it picks up a little bit, but we shall see. But before we do that,
yes,
I want you all to do me a favor and hit the subscribe button down there. You see it.
Would be nice.
It would be we would greatly appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know anytime we drop a video. Because here at the Cup TV, we do almost all things reality TV and put content almost every single day. So you don't want to miss content. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you're a fan of Eurovision song contest, you can go to the Cup ESC, subscribe over there, and hit the notification bell over there because they put out content almost all the time about Eurovision. And it's ramping up because it's getting to that time where final selections and national shows and all things are happening. So do that.
Well, those are all over.
Well, final shows. The big things is coming up.
We have all the songs.
Oh, it's that time, isn't it? It's time for me to make my Eurovision journey in that.
Not yet. You've got about a month.
Good. Okay. Time.
Unless you want to join us for the individual song discussion video.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, you can see me once a year in Eurovision. Once. Yes. There we go. Yeah. But that's happening over there. And if you're a fan of drag, any type of drag race, or all other drag, we have our main channel at the Cup Pod, and you can go subscribe and hit the notification bell over there because we put out content all the time. We are slowing down a little bit on the drag content because the shows are ending. Thank goodness. My God. Because we've been doing drag constantly. But we're still there. We still have some shows going on. So go over there, check it out over there. Join our Tea Room, the membership channel, to get some exclusive content and some early access content to some things and get to know us individually, personally. And if you are fan, if you just like Patreon better than joining here, go join Patreon. The link, all of that will be in the description below, so you can get all the things, do all the things, see all the things. Thanks. Mm.
Great. Love it. So, it is episode 4. We have just lost Randon to a medical emergency that we come to find out didn't mean anything. Like, not that it didn't mean anything. He recovered perfectly fine, as I found out, after last week's recording. I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy for him, obviously, that he's, doing better. Annoyed that it meant he got pulled from the game. But, I mean, it's a precautionary thing. And, it could have been worse. So,
yes.
And Yanu is thrilled. They're excited. It's their first win. And everyone's doing great and lovely and wonderful. And then Bonnie spills everything about the journey and said, hi, I just told these 2 people from these 2 other tribes that are not our tribe, everything about our tribe.
I have never. Okay, I'm about to do my Jack right now. I'm doing Jack.
What the fuck?
What?
Because I know you won't say it, so I was going to say it for you.
I don't understand how somebody could be such a bad player who's called themselves a super fan.
I was going to say that exact thing. I don't. And obviously, most of this recording is going to be talking about Banu. That's just what the episode was, quite honestly. And I'm not mad at that necessarily because we're close. It's the end of the Banu chapters.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is I really don't think we have seen, and he's talked in interviews, like he is a super fan. He's watched every season of Survivor. But I don't think we see that often super fans that are just not good at the game. And I love him dearly. But I'm going to include our good friend Brandon Donlin on that list as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I love him dearly, and I'm so excited he got to play Survivor. But it was a mess of a 5 days that he was there. And it was a mess of a 9 days that Banu was there. Or 7, something. I don't remember how many it was.
It was 9. It was definitely 9. Because he said that enough.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. I forgot. Mixed in with the million hearts and, all of that stuff, I really lost track of numbers. Numbers don't mean anything to me anymore, honestly. And I mean this with no disrespect towards Banu, because I have complete faith that he is a lovely, fantastic human who got to live his dream of, being on Survivor. But there are so few instances of super fans that are just absolute shit at playing the game.
I just have a small, I want to feel for Banu. I want to feel bad for Banu. And, I want to be grateful. I want to give him my heart so it can add to the million heart quota that he's trying to feel. But it's something about how this episode he was acting that kind of just made me go, like, sir, it like he was acting so like he acted like he didn't understand why people were upset, why they were upset with him, why this doesn't make any sense, why, I don't get it. What do you mean you don't get it? You literally walked over to a journey with two other people from two different tribes who are going to now go back to their separate tribes and report everything you said about your tribe to their tribe. And when merge comes, they know exactly where to hit them. They know exactly who to get out first.
Yeah.
And you are acting like, I don't understand why you all are so mad. Did I do something wrong? What do you mean, did I do something wrong? You acting like you have never ain't watched Survivor. You super fans should know you don't tell everything to everybody. Like you just don't do that, no matter how low on the totem pole you feel, unless you feel like a merge is immense. Like a merge is happening the minute we get back. If I survive this tribal,
Yeah.
a merge is happening, and I got these two people who will be on my side, and I can use them to help me flip and get these people out. Like, oh, it was hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard to watch. But we ain't even at the hard part yet. Because we just at the
Yeah,
beginning.
I was gonna say there were a lot of moments of just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And we'll
We
talk
didn't
about
even
the
do
one
it.
moment where I was just like, oh god.
Yeah.
Well, Banu tells them all that stuff, and then they have to go to a reward challenge. And I was like, cool, a reward. That sounds lovely and wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So they paddle into shore. You have to grab a key on a platform on your way in. You have to use the key to unlock rings. Then each member of the tribe has to fling one ring off of a tall pole that had like a
Spiky
like a
thing on it?
yeah,
Hook
it
or
was like
something?
spikes on the end or something. And then you have to dig under a log and then land all four rings onto a tall pole. And the first two tribes to win get fishes.
Fishy.
Lana, fishy, fishy, fishy,
It's just a
fishy,
whole
fishy.
bunch of. I mean, if you hungry and you see all them fish just there, you like, yeah.
This challenge
And
was so like, because I'm gonna be honest, Yanu absolutely destroyed this challenge, and I
eight,
was so happy
I
to
was
see
so
them
happy for them.
be successful. Um, they had the lead pretty much from the jump, and they all did a pretty good job of getting their ring off of the pole. Q got the redemption that he was looking
Yep.
for by getting all of the rings onto the pole. And then Nami comes second, doing a
Yep.
very, very good job. What held back Siga, unfortunately, was Maria. Maria really had
Mm-hmm.
an not an unfortunate performance, but a less than average performance on this challenge.
Yeah. She
And
couldn't
so
get a
she
ring
just
off the pole.
yeah, it just she couldn't get it off. By the time she got it off, Hunter had already boom, 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 and
But it was over.
Nami had taken it. And because Yanu still doesn't have Flint, the fish are basically useless to them. So they end up switching for the tarp and the toolkit, which I think
Which
is
is smart.
absolutely smart. It was that or something else. I don't remember what the other something was.
I think it was fishing gear.
It
Fishing
might
gear
have
was the
been,
first one.
yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like
Yeah.
they don't need that either.
They
They
don't
can't
need
cook the
fishing
fish.
gear either. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think they picked the right option for sure.
Absolutely.
Um, this is where we see Q training Banu on his social skills. And I'm going to be real honest, I thought this entire moment was so cringy.
It was stupid.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just felt like Q. I like Q,
Yes.
but when Q gets if Q gets to merge, he's gonna have a hard time socializing with all the rest of those people because his personality is not going to mesh with everybody else because Q is very much a very take charge like type. He's very alpha, very A type, and he's gonna go over to these two tribes where everybody has their own like dynamic and roles.
And the tribes, both of those tribes have been relatively kumbaya so
Yes.
far. So especially Siga. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think
Mm-hmm.
having, it's gonna be really interesting to see if all three of the remaining Yanu do end up making it to merge.
Mm-hmm.
Which we should be, I think, 2 episodes away from merge at this point.
I think so.
Um it's going to be really interesting to see if they make it, because it's been these three people who, for the most part, have really, really had to play the game
Mm-hmm.
and, have not had an easy road to this point. And then you also have all these two other tribe dynamics where they've gotten a chance to really, really get to know each other very well. And on the Sika side, seem to be very, very like, if they all make merge, I think a lot of them will want to stick together Sika
Mm-hmm.
strong. And then
Mm-hmm.
you have the opposite of that really in Nami, where there are so many different disjointed things, and we'll talk about that here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's going to be interesting to see if all of Q, Tiff, and Kenzie are able to make merge, how they're able to kind of maneuver their way in. I think Kenzie has a pretty good shot at, just sliding right in with people. I
Mm-hmm.
think Tiff does too,
Yeah.
but I know Tiff is going to want to bring Q along wherever. So
But I
if
think
Q does well in the merge, I think a lot of it is going to be due to Tiffany bringing him into alliances
mhm.
potentially.
I think if I think Tiffany is also smart enough to know that if Q is going to be a anchor to her
Yep.
ship, she's going to cut that loose.
Yep.
And she knows she has Kenzie as a backup
Yes.
plan. So I think with she's gonna feel it out, see how it
Yeah.
goes, see how well he does, and she has an idol to protect her too.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
she is going to be able to take some time to feel some things out
Yeah.
and see where the tide is shifting.
Hmm.
And if the tide is shifting towards Q, she would absolutely
Yeah.
come. Absolutely.
She's gonna tell Q to.
Absolutely.
The first time I've been able to use Let Loose in a Survivor video, I think. So I'll take that.
Or,
Um, let's move to Nami here for a hot moment, because
mm-hmm.
we only really get one big moment with them in this episode. And they're enjoying their 5 fish that they got. Liz is able to eat something.
Good
She's
for
not
her.
allergic to fish.
Good for her.
So I was very happy to hear that from her. We get Tevin's story about his father, and how his dad taught him how to clean a fish, and then they never got their last fishing trip. I thought this was
It was so sweet.
it was so sweet. I'm back to really enjoying Tevin.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because we got, what we didn't get a whole lot of him in this episode, but what we did get was very emotional. Not that I disliked Tevin beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
For me, though, I will say I feel like Tevin is maybe doing a scotch too much. And I think the big reason why he's got this paranoia now over Soda, which we hear him talking with
Hunter.
Hunter about, I think the reason he's got this paranoia is because nobody else has gone to tribal yet,
Mm-hmm.
other than, and there's a similar paranoia happening on Siga as well,
Mm-hmm.
but they haven't had a chance to prove these alliances that they keep talking about.
Right.
And he's noticing that Soda is talking to everyone, which she is. And he's kind of clocked exactly what she's doing and exactly where she's trying to position herself in this tribe. And because they haven't had an opportunity for Soda to prove that loyalty to Tevin, I think he's going to stay a bit trepidatious of her until they have that opportunity to vote. But who knows if at that point he will even vote to keep her.
Right. Yeah.
So,
It's interesting seeing. I was like, I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want that to happen as soon as it did. And
mhm.
it's gross, 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 gross. But I mean, I see why he's a little paranoid. Like you said, haven't had any reason to test out these alliances that they said they built because they've never been to tribal. They haven't had a chance to go and improve themselves. And I think that's the only downside of winning so much in Survivor at the beginning because you don't have that opportunity to go and
Mhm.
show like I'm with you. This is who I'm
Yeah.
working with. I'm rocking with y'all. And it builds up that paranoia that everybody's like, well, how do I know? She's talking to this person. You're talking to this person. They're talking to this person. And everybody's trying to jockey for positions
Yeah.
right now because they don't have a solid thing to say, I did this for you. And
Yeah.
I did this for you. All we can go on off of, well, I stayed on with you, but I saw you talking to her, and I saw you talking to him, and I saw you
Yeah.
talking to them. What you talking about? Are you building alliances with them like you building with me? And da da da. And he watched Soda do something in real time
Yeah.
where she was talking about keeping one person, getting rid of somebody else, and then that other person came, and then she flipped the story around, and so he
Yeah.
was kind of like, oh,
Oh, so
oh,
you're gonna flip up the script if you need to.
right. So if you're doing
This,
that to them, you could do that
yeah.
to me. So yeah.
This whole tribe is like if you left a race of runners in the starting block for like 3 extra seconds. Like that's what it feels like because there's so much anticipation and they
Mm-hmm.
just want to go and they want to go, but they're like being restricted by obviously the fact that they haven't had a vote yet.
Right.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing in the start of this game. I wouldn't want to
Mm-mm.
go to tribal council
Absolutely. I
in
would
the
rather just
pre-merge.
not.
Exactly.
I'd rather not.
But then you deal with this sort of like the paranoia and the back and forth and
Mm-hmm.
all that kind of stuff. We also see Siga, who
They
we see
decided on.
Maria's really beating herself up over her reward performance.
Yeah, but even before that, I want to jump back a little bit
Oh, to the jumping.
because we saw this. No,
Oh.
we saw the Stiga go on a group hunt at the very beginning, like this
Oh,
idol.
that's where I was going right now.
Yeah, but that was before. Like they
Oh,
did a
was
group
it?
hunt.
Oh, I
Mhm.
definitely don't remember things in chronological order at all. But
It's
yeah, so
okay. They
they
did the
go on
group
this.
hunt first, and then they were
Yeah.
like, "Well, we don't know, we don't know, we don't know," blah blah blah.
And
And then they find Maria. Jim had taken the Be Rare idol, moved it away from where it originally is, and just
yeah,
put it right by
planted
this
it.
tree. Just planted
Yeah.
it by this tree. And they are going on a group look for this idol. They don't know where it
Because
could
the tribe is
be.
so kumbaya that that's what we do.
That's what we do. We all go out together and we'll all
Sure.
find this idol together and we'll all use it for all our benefits. One idol.
It's giving Reba.
Very
I'm not
much.
gonna lie, it's giving Reba.
Very much.
I
Very
don't
much.
know that this group will be as solid as Reba, though, I'll be honest.
Probably
And
not.
even within that, the Reba 4 wasn't, the absolute strongest thing in the world. But
But yeah,
um
so they go to the water well and they're looking around and they go and Maria just happens to look and say, "Oh," and she announces it to the tribe. She finds it and she's like, "Oh no, it's a beware advantage. Oh no, oh no, do I open it?" And Tribe's like, "I just want to look." So he's looking, everybody's looking. She's like, "Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it." So she opens it and she reads it and it says, "Dig where you found it." And they all start digging, except
yeah.
Jim, because Jim ain't digging. She know, but they all start digging, and she digging, and then all of a sudden they run into an ant patch where all these big old black ants just start stinging the crap out of them because you
And
are invading their home right now.
they basically just completely uproot this tree.
They just start digging, and so
They just
after they were like, ah, ah, okay,
yeah.
we'll come back, we'll come back, we'll just come back with tools and things next
Yeah.
time. So this is when they leave. Then they have the reward challenge. Maria's beating herself up because she had a bad challenge.
And we get Maria's backstory as well.
Yes.
Talking about how her parents came from Lebanon, all that, incredible stuff. This is where they dig
They
that
decided to go back.
they go
Do it
back,
again.
they
They had
dig up this
tools this
tree.
time because they were like, we're gonna
Yeah,
circle back. We're gonna circle back.
circling back to digging
And we're
up
gonna
this
go,
tree.
we use tree, and we're gonna have these tools so we don't get ate up by the bugs.
Hmm.
And we're gonna dig.
To the point where they put a camera under the tree, Lana.
I know.
I laughed so hard when all of a sudden you just see dirt flying from under the tree, Lana.
They dug so deep. And they're like, Jeff wouldn't put that there this deep, would he? Jeff
And
wouldn't do
that's
that.
and that's where Mariah, who I have to say, what we're seeing of Mariah, I'm liking.
Okay.
She's got very good people skills. We have her moment with the jumping as well, which
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about as well in the
That's all.
challenge. But she has her moment, and that's adorable, and I love it. But she seems to have very good people skills, and she seems to have a very strategic understanding of Survivor,
Mm-hmm.
which I really appreciate. And she said one of the things she said was Jeff would never lead us astray. Like
Mm-hmm.
Jeff cannot lie,
Right.
and Jeff would never plant something unless there was something there.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows something is up. This isn't it. I guess they'll also find out if and when they go to tribal, when Maria actually has a vote,
Mm-hmm.
because they'll go into the voting booth and Maria will go in thinking she doesn't have a vote. And then
But
she'll have a vote.
mm-hmm.
So like, and all of them have kind of already clocked that like this is BS.
Yeah.
Like someone must have planted it here. But the someone that they have in mind is not Jem. Thankful for Jem. And a lot of people seem to think that it's Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Because of maybe him already being on the bottom of the tribe. I don't know.
They say Jim was like he was digging so hard. He was
Yeah.
digging so deep, like he was looking too hard. Like
Yeah.
he was I would have been like, and here's my thing. I think this is like great for Jim. Like it's so fun. First,
A
it's
good
fun.
plan until she
Good
gets caught.
plan. Yeah, until she gets caught. And it's risky. But I would have been worried because if I was digging and everybody was digging and I look up and see she's not digging,
Right.
I would be like,
Are you so secure in yourself that like you're not gonna help do this for the
I'm
tribe?
like, "Oh,
Like
why are you not digging?
right.
We're all digging. Why are you not?" And I think somebody caught it because we saw the preview from next week. I think
Uh-huh.
somebody caught it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would have been like,
Girl, what?
that's strange. That's
Yeah.
weird, peculiar. That you're watching us dig and everybody's digging and you're not
Yeah.
because you know it ain't nothing here. That would be me. But I would have kept that to myself. I would have been like, mm-hmm. And I would have walked to the people who I trust, be like, did y'all notice that Jim wasn't digging? But that's just me. That's how I play the game. That's how I play the game. But it was interesting.
Sure.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting. But yeah, Jim wanted to find somebody to throw it on. She was like, I just need somebody to toss it out.
Yeah.
And her and Mariah talked and they thought it was Tim. And
Yeah.
Mariah said Ben at one point,
Yeah,
but
they're kind of leaning it towards, the two guys that they're not working with because they're under the assumption that they're both working with
Maria
Maria and
and Charlie.
Charlie.
Absolutely.
Which I think, honestly, based on what we've seen in the edit, I think if it comes down to it, I do honestly, and I want to know if you agree, Lana. I think Charlie and Maria will end up siding with the women.
I think so too.
I get that energy, especially when Charlie, I don't remember what episode it was in, was talking about how like everyone he works with is a woman and
Mm-hmm.
like his family is very women focused, and so
Mm-hmm.
he knows the value of a strong woman
Mm-hmm.
like to work with in this game. That's why he latched to Maria in
Absolutely.
part. I think they will end up, especially with how physical Tim is
Mm-hmm.
and Ben as well. They're both pretty physical guys for the tribe, which is helping them win all of these challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when push comes to shove, I think they'll end up siding with Mariah and Jem.
I agree. I think that's
Unless the Jem thing blows up and they realize it's actually her.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think right now we got at the immunity
We are
challenge.
at the immunity, yes. So it is swim, jump on obstacles, get your balls from under the sea, and then throw them into three little
Hoops.
hoops.
Yep.
Um, this seemed like it could be Nami's first loss at first.
It looked like it could go either way
And
until
then Banu messes up.
he did not climb the steps to jump off into the water. He just ran
Why does he think?
because you're supposed to go up one thing and jump
Uh-huh.
off. And then you're supposed to climb up another thing and climb these 2 steps and jump off. He just ran to the side of the steps and jumped off. Like he did not climb any steps.
I don't get it.
And Jeff was like, "You gotta go back. You gotta go back." So he held it up. But even with that, it was a chance for Yanu to get there. And Q was doing it. Q was hitting the hoops. He got
Yeah.
it. But I will tell you this: you put a ball in Hunter's hand, it's donezo.
You put a ball in his hand, a ring in his hand, hacky sack in his hand, like
It's donezo. He just
yeah,
went right there and was just like, and he did it underhand, like,
literally.
and he got it. 3. Tim was there first. Tim had a lot of time because Siegel got there first. He had a lot of
Yeah.
time. He got the first one pretty quickly. It was the second one and the third one, and then trying to,
Yeah.
getting the balls back, and because you could only use 3 specific
Yeah.
balls. And so he had to get them back. But he was doing it pretty quickly. Banu, again, don't know how, was taking his time to retrieve the balls to get them back to Q. And so they had to switch out halfway through. Banu had to come out. Tiffany had to go in. And by that time, Tim and Hunter was pretty much done. And
Yeah.
same as the first 4. So the first 3.
Did you see they didn't cut to it specifically like they normally would if there was like an idol on the sit out bench. But at one point they're cheering on like everyone on the bench is cheering on their tribe, and you just see Tevin doubled over on the sit out bench, like looking for an advantage. I was like, come on, Survivor fan.
Hey, that's what you look. I always look under the bench because I know they haven't done it in a while, but you just never know when they will bring it back. So
it was giving Michaela Bradshaw where she just couldn't find it and she just couldn't find it and she just couldn't find it, and then Sarah grabbed it.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
from Game Changer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Yanu has now lost their 4th straight immunity challenge. Yeah. And then it just gets
weird. It just gets weird.
It gets unfortunate to watch. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. And again, I mean no disrespect to Banu because he seems like a lovely person. I really did. I went from like cringing to be like, oh no, to kind of feeling bad for him. And he's scrambling for an idol because he doesn't have a vote. He's scrambling for an idol. He gets on his hands and knees with Tiff, and Tiff is like, "No, I'm not doing this with you." And that would have been me too. Like, I'm not having a grown man grovel at my feet over this kind of game. Like, I'm not going to do that, unfortunately.
No, I'm not doing that. I would have been like, you got to stand up. You got to, you can't be weak in the knees. You got to get up. You got to stand up and talk to me. And I'm going to be honest with you. And that's what she was. Tiffany was like, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm writing your name down because you are a liability to me in my game. And so I can't keep you here. And that's like, ooh. And it's hard to watch, but I'm like, I appreciate the honesty, and I would hope, people would do, like, if that was me, I would want somebody to be honest with me like that and be like,
absolutely,
I'm writing your name down. You are a liability. I'd be like, you know what? Respect. I understand. I wish I could change that because I don't want to be a liability to you. I will do what I can to not do that. But if you have already come up with your point and you don't see any value for me to stay, I understand that.
You're a
But
fantastic person, but
but
I have to think about myself in this game because I'm trying to win $1
absolutely,
million here. And at this point, you are standing in my way of winning.
absolutely. And you're not only standing in my way, but you're making it harder for me to win it.
You're standing in my way with a giant block, with a brick wall. Like, I can't.
And an electric fence. Like
Exactly. Like, I can't do that, unfortunately.
and
But
it was hard. And then he was talking to Kenzie, and this was right after the reward challenge. They were right after the reward challenge. They had just won. They had just put the tarp up. They were just now relaxing and enjoying the fact that they could be protected from the rain a little bit. And Bono goes right in. Kenzie, can you help me? Help me play this. Help me play this. And Kenzie was like, no, I want to celebrate the first win.
yeah.
And he got upset and walked off. And she was like, I know I snapped at him. But I'm like, why should she help you? Sir, you are a grown man who've been saying you watch Survivor all this time. You watch every Survivor. You're a super fan. You should know these things.
Yeah.
And for you to be like, help me, please, please help me, please help me. I'm like, no, she doesn't have to help you. She's not obligated to help you. But I know she felt bad after that and was like, I don't want to snap at people. I don't want people to feel bad. I don't want to make people feel bad. So she did go apologize and was like, I'm here for you. I do love you. You do have, I'm here. But I just,
Yeah.
I don't want to be that. And like she's looking at you like you got a patient of a saint trying to
literally.
I can't do that to a person, to a grown man or a grown woman at that. I couldn't do that to anybody who is on this game because guess what? We are all trying to win $1 million. There's only going to be a sole survivor. And if I'm helping you and giving you tips, you can outpass me. No, thank you. No, I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. You have to help yourself.
Yeah. And then we go to tribal and the vote is locked in. Bonu's gone. I love though that he did get to share his story about growing up in poverty in India, which spurred one of the wildest Jeff Probst questions I think we've ever seen. Can you describe poverty? Because this man is so out of touch with reality that
Jeff has never been close to poverty in his life.
Not a goddamn centimeter close to poverty in his entire existence.
Jeff has not even been low class. Like
right. And it shows, unfortunately.
Never been
and like
poor.
I have to say, and it's not just because of this, but it's honestly because of the last couple of seasons. I'm kind of like, Jeff is slipping down my list of hosts. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, if I think about all of the hosts on all the shows that I watch, like, there's definitely some hosts that I like less than Jeff, of course. But I find that Jeff is slowly, like, less in touch with reality and more in touch with, like, making Survivor just his own, like, playhouse. Like, playground. Yeah. And it's like, if he comes up with a random twist, okay, we're going to implement it. Birdcage idol. Like, and hey, to be fair, I lived for the Birdcage idols. I really did. Upon reflection, like looking a couple seasons away now, it caused so much drama and I loved it. But I do love that Bonu got to share his story and, explain how he got here. They didn't even bother to write down names on parchment. And I felt bad. I felt bad for Bonu. I was like, oh, no.
You didn't even get the parchment. Like, we didn't even go. Let's just not.
We're going to save 3 parchment for season 47, I guess. Like, I don't know. But
there might be some extra votes that's coming. We need these extra parchments.
Well, there are 2 extra votes in play.
So we need these extra parchments.
There you go. So, But yes, Bonnie was gone. You know what? For the game's sake, I'm happy he's gone. And I hope that that means that Yanu can finally get their stuff together. It's going to be interesting to see 3-person tribal immunity challenges for the next two
Mm-hmm.
weeks. And I hope that that means that other people will get to play the game and maybe Q, Tiff, and Kenzie can,
Relax.
relax and not go to a trap. I would like to see other people with torches.
I would like to see them with fire.
I would also like to see them with fire. Yes, I agree.
Let's just do that. Yeah, I'm glad Bono's gone. I'm glad he got to experience Survivor. Sometimes
Yes.
it's not about winning, and he says he hopes I hope he gets his million hearts and people adore Bonu. I
I
am not
don't
going to be
I
one of
don't
those
think
people.
I don't think he is, unfortunately. I
Maybe CL feels sorry for him and give him some money. I don't know.
Oh, he has to get Sia money, right?
Might get some CL money.
I feel like is he gonna be the first pre-juror to
That would
get
make
Sia money?
that would-
I could see it. I
I could
wouldn't be
see
mad
it.
at it.
I could see it, and I'd be like, "Good on you," because something. But I can
Right.
see it happening. But yeah,
Right.
I don't need Bonu in this game anymore. So
Lovely human.
lovely
w-
human, just not what I
Is
need him
he a worse survivor player than Brandon Donlin? I'm gonna say yes.
because at least Brandon went out with some dignity. This man
And
went out on
Brandon
his
didn't spill all of his tribe's secrets everywhere he went. He just physically couldn't play the game.
right,
And Bonu could physically play the game,
but
but
he
not
just
strategically play the game. I
strategically
think
play the
that's
game.
more
So
important. So,
yeah,
but yes, this preview for next week, it seems like Jem might get found out for what she's doing. I hope she doesn't go. I really do like Jem.
I like Jim. I don't want
At
her to
this
go.
point, I'm like, I don't know who else I want in pre-merge because I do kind of like everybody. Like even Ben, who I wasn't, the biggest fan of preseason, I'm coming around on Ben. I find Ben very entertaining.
I find Ben interesting. Ben is nice. I I would say, and I know it's not going to happen because this person is very much in insulated around so many
Yeah.
people. But if this boy Charlie screams Taylor Swift
Oh
one more
my
time, he needs to go.
god.
He needs. I want.
Taylor Swift!
Here's my thing. You don't want your whole
I
Survivor
think
experience to
he
be.
does.
I think he does. I
I
think he
think he
wants
does,
Taylor
Lana.
to see him and be
Yeah.
like, he screamed my name on Survivor. Taylor does not care, sir. Taylor is not watching Survivor. She does not care about you being a super. I mean, sure, great, you're a
She's
fan.
probably seen it.
She's. I'm sure
She's
somebody sent
probably
it.
seen it. Someone had to have sent it to her. Someone in her inner circle is probably a Survivor fan.
Mm-hmm. And they're
Because
gonna
I
be
found
like,
out
"Oh,
that
he's cute.
I
He's
found
so."
out I found out so many people like in every aspect of my life are Survivor fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like two of my favorite podcasters just started talking about they added a reality TV segment to their podcast where they're talking about Bachelor, Drag Race, and Survivor right now. And I'm
Oh.
like, oh, have fun.
Cute.
So,
I'm sure she sees it, and I'm sure he's gonna get a message from Taylor or doing a cameo or something from Taylor
right.
Swift, and he's gonna freak out. But
Maybe get
I
like front row to to her next show
maybe
whenever,
I don't know.
she's in New England or something. I don't know.
Who knows? All I know is I would personally vote him out if he did Taylor Swift one more time. I would personally
See,
vote.
can we cast a Beyonce super fan on 47? Like that's where I'm like, I like the Taylor Swift of it all. It is getting a little much. I'll be honest.
I don't
I
even
agree with
want a
you.
Beyonce super fan to be up there doing all Beyonce stuff all the time. Like, we get it. You like Beyonce. I like Beyonce. But I don't want you to talk about some, oh, we go 16 carriages, then the Texas Hold'em, and then we're gonna do we go heat and energy. And in every conversation I'm mentioning Beyonce. Like, no,
Yeah,
have your
I get
own
that.
identity, not Beyonce, not Taylor, or whoever your favorite artist is.
You
But
mean I shouldn't go to Survivor with an Ariana Grande ponytail, Lana?
I don't think you, especially not you. You have no hair. It will
Okay,
look
but like,
weird.
I could rock an Ariana Grande ponytail if I really wanted to.
You're gonna glue the Ariana Grande ponytail to your scalp.
Absolutely.
That's disgusting and weird. Don't
Actually,
you?
no. I would actually no. I would do a Sasha Colby ponytail because it's a little bit more manageable.
Okay, so when you jump in the water and it falls off and everybody laughing at you, then what?
Then I'm just bald.
I think you're just stupid.
And on that note,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us for this recap of episode 4 of Survivor 46.
Oh, gosh.
We'll be back next week, same time, same place, same us, and other people maybe. We're going to talk about episode 5. Make sure to let us know in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode? Are you happy that Bonnie was finally gone? Are you excited to see, how this game evolves, elevates, and moves forward as we move closer and closer to merge, which should be, like I said, episode probably 7 or 6, something like that. So make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. We greatly appreciate you being here and supporting us for this 45-minute eleganza extravaganza of Survivorness. We've got a lot of reality TV happening here at the Cup TV, so make sure to, if you're an Amazing Race fan, Big Brother Canada, maybe, allegedly, potentially, sort of, kind of. Deal or No Deal Island. We just, at the time you're watching this today, we did drop our interview with our good friend and icon, Kim Tina from Deal or No Deal Island. So make sure to check that out as well. Check out both of our other channels for now, and soon to be our Cup Wrestling channel coming very, very soon. Very excited about that for you, Lana, and our fabulous wrestling team. You can also go hit up our memberships by hitting the join button over on our main channel, or heading over to Patreon for exclusive content, and early access. Those links are down in the description below. While you're down in the description below, you could also follow us on our social media at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You could go follow me and Lana down there as well, because we talk things reality TV and loveliness. And you could go get your merch, including but not limited to Cup Mug, down below as well. And with all that being said, we're going to get out of here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Jeff, are you okay, Jeff?
Are you,
Jeff?
Jeff?
You good, Jeff?
About poverty, Jeff.
He knows Parvati. That's what it is.